Good day everybody, my name is Awesomecrunch and welcome back to more Subnautica Below Zero. Now this episode is possibly the most exciting thing I've been waiting for such a long time. A lot of us have been. It's one of the most interesting and revolutionary features of Below Zero that we've heard of that they were planning to implement, and it is finally in. And it is the frozen Leviathan. It looks insane, but just before we get into that, just wanted to point out that Tom, the creative narrative director of the game, has redrafted Act 1, or is at least in the process of doing so. So an example of this redraft is this bit here. So it begins with Station 0, this is Vesper, do you read? Sam, would it kill your career to act like we met before? That bit's very similar to how it was. But then Sam says, we're evacuating ground crews up to the Vesper. There's a Class 5 meteor storm inbound, less than 30 minutes out. Is your ship operational? It will be ready. Where's Jeff? The research site. Jeff, do you read? Rabinka, I am reading 3 languages at once. We're almost there. Robin, we're evacuating. Get down here. Jeff, his GPS isn't moving. I'll tell you when I find him. Understood. So it's possible that this meteor shower will actually replace the electrostatic storm that happens at the start of the game. So it will just be replaced with a much more terrifying and dramatic Class 5 meteor storm. And a Class 5 storm sounds like a pretty bad storm. So the thing that you're all here for is to see the new frozen creature. I haven't seen it myself in-game yet. I've seen screenshots of it on my Discord, which you should join. The news was posted there almost instantly from what I've seen. It's incredible how fast the guys work. So if you want to be up-to-date with the news, make sure you head there, because it is the most up-to-date place I can find outside of the official Subnautica Discord, sometimes even before that. So, the place where we want to go to is go to Frozen Creature. I don't know if this is going to take us directly to it, or if it's going to drop us a little bit far away so we can have a little bit of a walk. I think it looks like it's dropping us a little bit further away so we can have a walk towards it. I'll turn off the HUD so that we're completely ready for this incredible thing. I think you guys, from what I've seen in the screenshots, I think you guys are going to absolutely love this thing. And also, if you stick around a little bit longer, we do actually have the 3D model of the Leviathan that's frozen, so if you want to know more about it, we can have a look at that. So just stick around. It's fascinating. It's such a cool creature. I don't know if the water actually works, because I'm not sure there is supposed to be water here. Okay, so this place is, in the future, not going to be underwater by the looks of it, but for the moment, it is. So we'll just have to ignore that. I think if we turn off fog, it might improve the experience a little bit. And here we go. How insane is that? Obviously, it's not finished. That's blatantly obvious. The ice texture is not very nice at the moment, I've got to say. Obviously that needs some work, and obviously they are doing that work. This, I don't know what this place is. I think that's a cold suit. Yeah, that was there before, just on that ridge up there. This, I don't know what this is supposed to be. Just lots of lab equipment, a clipboard, storage places, and then there's a staircase up to the head of the Leviathan. Now, if you watch one of my live streams, you'll know that this is exactly what I wanted. I said in the live stream I watched the most recent Godzilla film, and any of you that have watched it will probably also agree with me. I wanted the Leviathan to be in this exactly how the Hydra, or whatever it is that's in the Godzilla film, to be stored. So loads of ladders going up to it, completely blocked away in ice. And I mean, look at this. It's really hard to see what it is. And turning on fog doesn't make it any easier. So you can see it has tons of teeth, rows of really, really sharp teeth. And these little pustules, these are the Kara virus, which is obviously frozen in the ice. So as you can see, it has the Kara, and obviously it's frozen in the ice, so that's not really good for us, because if the ice ever melts, then the Kara is going to get out again. We really do not want that at all. But that is the front of the Leviathan, with these strange, like, I don't know what you'd call them, like shields almost, sort of thing, that come out of the side of the head. And at this point, it's not clear, but it is actually a land creature that's frozen, not a sea creature. You can see its legs there, and it does actually have more that you can't see. So we'll go into Ghost and have a proper look at this thing once we're out of the ice. Here we are above the water that shouldn't exist. The walkway goes all the way around the side of the front of the Leviathan, and then there is actually some of the top of the Leviathan that appears to be out of the ice. You can't actually walk onto this bit. You can see it's got like a shell sort of thing on the back that goes all the way down its spine. You can see more Kara pustules. There's a massive one here right on the top. But at the moment I don't think you can do anything with the pustules. You can see a little bit better when you're out of the water, actually. It's hard to see because of the water surface. Yeah, that's really not made it any easier to see, but you can see a bit more of the carapastules. See a little bit more of the shape of the head. If we head down here, you can again see the teeth here, absolutely terrifying. So now we'll go into ghost mode. We'll just have a quick look at the bottom again for a second so you can really see the scale of this thing. It's absolutely insane. So we'll go into ghost mode and have a little explore of this thing. So we're now inside the ice. Let's have a look. Look at this. It's huge. Oh god, that's an eye. I didn't think it had eyes when I first saw it, but wow, it does. It has a massive black eye on each side, I'm assuming. And these are sort of like, they look like things you put on horses to stop them from being able to see sideways, but obviously it doesn't actually do that. A bit of a horn or something that they would use to attack another creature, like smack it around with it maybe. There is actually a backing track going on right now that's like the sound of a growling creature. I can't tell if that's supposed to be this creature that's sort of stirring because it's in ice, not quite dead but not quite alive. I don't know what that's supposed to be, or if it's just for ambience. There's a really bright carapustule there. You can really see the size of the creature when you come down here. It's got a pustule on its belly, spotted belly. You can see the one at the start of one of its back legs here. It has sort of shells going down the sides, really massive claws that would destroy anything it touched. I mean, look at the size of this thing. It's insane. So if we head out the wall, we should be able to see the rest of it. Yeah, this is the interesting bit. So you thought, oh, it's quite a short, stubby creature. No, there is the rest of the model inside the map. So as you can see, it has been modelled fully. It's got back legs, very similar to the front, a little bit more back-leggy looking. You can see the shells sort of carry along the entirety of the back, a bit like a stegosaurus in that way. It's probably a bad comparison, actually, because they're a completely different angle and probably made of completely different things, but you get the idea. And then it has a really long tail, which to be honest, I did just say this was a land creature, but there is the potential that this is more of a water creature that hunts in the water and lives on land. That sort of seems to be the thing I'm getting from this. Maybe it can swim, because that really long tail could probably act as a pretty good method of propulsion through the water. It's a really long, thick tail. That's insane. It goes all the way back here. Now, the fact that it's fully modelled does make you question whether this thing will ever be freed from the ice, whether we'll ever be able to see the rest of it somehow, in any shape or form, or whether it was just fully made because it's a weird choice to only do half a creature. I mean, it's up to you to decide what you think they're going to do with this, but honestly, I think it looks insanely good. It's absolutely nothing like I expected. I think I'd be surprised if any of you guys expected a creature like this as well. I was expecting an ice dragon, maybe. So it's a terrifying creature, exactly as we assumed it would be, and it's everything I hoped for and more, honestly. I'd really love to know your guys' opinions on it. It looks fantastic, in my view. So now we'll just head back to the player, because I want to show you the full model. Okay, so here we are. This is the frozen creature model on Sketchfab. It looks insane. It looks even better than it does in the game. So I didn't realise it had these sort of horns behind its eyes. That was just bad observation by me. I didn't notice them at all. They're terrifying, and this massive sort of defensive... I'm assuming they can't move, but they act as a sort of battering ram because they're sort of in line with the mouth, so you could probably use them to do some serious damage to whatever other big thing there is on the planet to fight with. I mean, if you look at the teeth, there are so many teeth, a huge tongue, a massive, massive tongue, huge carapastules all over the body. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. That is one of my favourite updates, if not my favourite update to Below Zero so far. Can't wait for them to fully finish that area with all the ice looking good. More like see-through, so you can actually see the features of the creature a little bit better than just a block texture that it has at the moment. But oh my, it looks absolutely devastating. And I'm glad, for one, that it's not alive, because I would not want to contend with this thing in the open world. That is not something I ever want to see. Also, I think my suspicions... Oh, I was going to say I think my suspicions have been confirmed. The feet are ever so slightly webbed, but I don't know if that's just because it's the skin doing that, or if they are actually webbed for a like adaptational swimming purpose. They're not as webbed as they could be, but they are webbed slightly. You can see there's connections between the fingers. Suggests to me they probably do swim underwater quite a lot, at least for hunting maybe. Let me know what you think, whether you think it's a completely land-dwelling creature, whether it's sort of goes into water to hunt, land to sleep, or whether it just is a water creature. I'm pretty sure it's a land creature that goes in the water. That's my view. But wow, I mean, it doesn't really get much cooler than that, does it? This is why people love Below Zero, really. I mean, it doesn't get much cooler than this. Okay, so I've just having a look around to see if there's anything else new, but to my knowledge there isn't anything else that has been updated other than this frozen creature, which is obviously the only update that was needed. Absolutely insane. I, for one, cannot wait to see them do more work on it. As far as I know, there is nothing else to talk about today, so that is pretty much it. But it was a relatively long video for just 2 pieces of news, with one very, very minor piece. Let me know what you think its features are. Let me know if you think it's a predator. I mean... Oh! Oh, God. Yeah, I haven't seen this yet. I mean, I have seen it, but I haven't seen it in-game myself. That's quite scary. Run! It's coming. Okay, that is honestly terrifying. Well, that was worth doing. That's the ice worm, by the way. If you haven't seen that update, it now travels under the ground, and visually you can see it, which is horrifying. So yeah, that's all the news for today. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please remember to leave a like. Okay, it's not coming up here. Please remember to leave a like. It'd be very, very much appreciated if you did. Subscribe if you're new to the channel to keep up to date with the news. And that's about it, really. So thank you ever so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao, my friends.